Well, looks like WWE was like Smackdown ranks turned out to be a terrible show tonight. I'm the Godfather Soldiers and Swimming. And my top tonight is called Mayhem. It's called what's it called? The name of my topic tonight is called Moronic, Misrable, and Mayhem in Montreal, Quebec. And I'm going to give you all my Saturday night main events prediction, and then I'm going to talk to you some big news that I just heard to all of you. Before I do, I'm going to show a little bit of something. This historical moment from Monday Night Raw, January 22nd, 1996, where Vader, in his first ever Raw debut, injures the president of the WWE, Gorilla Monsoon, WWE Hall of Famer. I know a friend of mine from Pittsburgh remembers that moment. So stick around, right back. Let me get it playing for you. I'm right back.
The Royal Rumble, we're coming to you, ladies and gentlemen, live! Yes! We have the privilege of emanating from Stockton, California, the Stockton Memorial Auditorium. It is Monday Night Raw! Everyone, welcome to Monday Night Raw! And here along with Jerry the King Lawler! Let me tell you something! You failed to mention the great news, McMahon! Last night at the Royal Rumble, Rick the Hitman Hart was injured! And tonight he's gonna be here! And Goldust is gonna finish off the Hitman! I can't wait! And I also can't wait to see Hunter Hearst Helmsley get his hands on Razor Ramon! He'll squeeze the machismo right out of me! Savio Vega in the square circle right now, and Savio Vega! Oh, wait a minute!
And I don't want to rain on nobody's parade, but I have the answer to the most important question in the world today. It's not a question about whitewater. It's not a question about the budget deficit. It's not a question about international politics. It's a very simple question. What time is it? It's Vader time!
Oh my goodness, and here comes the monster indeed. Many of you saw him, ladies and gentlemen, on the pay-per-view extravaganza just last night. Yes! There he is! 400 plus pounds on him. It's Vader! And Vader coming so close to dominating last night's Royal Rumble. However, in an apparent cross-up of signals, Jim Cornette carry on Yokozuna, and Vader hooked up on the rope and of course, the one, the only, Shawn Michaels, he pulled Vader and Yokozuna over the top rope at the same time. That's the only way he would have done this. McMahon, look at this guy. Look at Vader. I'm going to tell you this right now. Jim Cornette signed as Vader, and bigger than Jerry Jones signing prime time. And it's not prime time, it's Vader time. Yokozuna. Under the tutelage of Jim Cornette along with the British Bulldog Owen Hart, and now Vader. Oh my goodness. Vader making his first World Wrestling Federation appearance just last night. Tremendously impressive in the Royal Rumble. And here we go now, locking up with Savio Vega. The size of Vader. He is a monster. It's the guy that would get claustrophobic in the Astrodome. Vader, a bully, a monster, an individual who likes to dominate his opponents. Vader and Savio Vega. And this unquestionably will put Vader as well as Savio to the test. What does Savio have to do, my goodness, to stay away? Oh my goodness, well, the attack of Vader, maybe that's one thing to stay out of the corner. Look at this. No, run, Savio, run! That's all you can do to stay away from Vader. Savio Vega having some degree of difficulty, and again, under normal circumstances, Savio Vega would rely on his agility and his speed. But oh my goodness! Look at wow! Cross the front of the jaw, repeatedly on the side of the head, down in the rib. Vader is killing Savio Vega. Wow! This guy's a monster, McMahon. He should have won a Golden Globe Award last night for the world's greatest monster. Look at him. It may be very well Vader time. But don't count Savio Vega out of this. Don't count him out of this. Good Vader. Here we go. But. And Vader. With Savio drop. Across the highlight. That's it. Face first across the steel rail. It's over. Did you hear Cornette? Yeah, I heard him. It's not Savio time. Right back in now. A man they call Vader. Vader peering down on Savio. By the way, in the way of update, we made reference to the Royal Rumble. Oh my goodness, last night on pay-per-view. I can't look at this. Vader just hammering away, and of course, Ahmed Johnson recovering from a concussion last night. Oh my God! And Savio starting to look like one of those cars he's named after. Don't tell me. Vader going up now. Savio Vader must move. He must learn his mobility and Vader. Vader bomb. A cover-up count. And a victory in a fight out, a very impressive one for Jim Cornette. Vader. Jim Cornette. With Vader in the Royal Rumble. Last night, Yokozuna in the Royal Rumble. Owen Hart, the British Bulldog. Cornette had high aspirations for his men, and I think Cornette thought that man was going to win last night's Royal Rumble. Of course, it was Shawn Michaels. All right, we're going to take you now, ladies and gentlemen, and show you some of the... Oh, look at this! That's through it again, man. Come on, let's stay with this. Wait a minute. Oh, my. Hey, wait a minute. What is Cornette doing? He's got the referee held back. Savio Vega is helpless, and Vader's going up again. And another Vader bomb. Vader now off and down. Over 400 pounds into the chest, and finally the official coming over to take control of this matchup. Well, like this referee can do it. Whoa, hey! Hey, wait a minute. You don't... Wow! What are you doing? Oh, hey, wait a minute. You don't do that. You don't do that. What WWF official? I think Cornette, look at this, Cornette can't even control that around. Four officials coming into this ring to try and calm this man down. He's gonna be nuts. I guess Vader, tremendously upset over not winning the Royal Rumble. What? Wait a minute, what's he doing? No! Powerbomb! That's a 150-pound referee, Gorilla Monsoon. The interim president. And I can't believe what we're seeing here tonight. Live on Raw. Gorilla Monsoon. Look at this. He's incensed. Who does Vader think he is? Putting his hands on any official. Who does Monsoon think he is? He's not president. You keep getting Vader's face. I don't care who you are. Get some control, Cornette. Wait a minute. What? Monsoon is... Well, the ring announcer here. What did he say? Did you hear that?
Ladies and gentlemen, Gorilla Monsoon has just indefinitely suspended Vader.
Who can blame him for what he did? Look at Cornette. Cornette now. Trying to get control of Vader. Gorilla Monsoon making the only decision, I think, that he can possibly make. Just wait a minute. Man, we better get out of here. He's going to go berserk. And Gorilla Monsoon doing what he should have done. No, you can't walk Gorilla Monsoon. WWF Hall of Fame. Oh, no. You're going to beat him, Monsoon. Cornette, you're going to both get kicked out of here. You can't do that. Please, hold on. Let me handle it. Cornette trying to calm down Vader. And Vader is in. No. Vader now. Hey, wait just did that! I can't believe that! Sit down, big man! God, it's Gorilla Monsoon! Don't make him any better than he is and put your lights out! This man is a complete lunatic! Sit down! I've known Gorilla Monsoon all my life!
We got police in the
For
ring.
someone to do that, Gorilla Monsoon, I can't believe that! We've got some help coming out! Gorilla Monsoon!
I think it's
Man on the canvas! We are back with more Raw, ladies and gentlemen. We take you back to just a few moments ago with Gorilla Monsoon being assisted by the EMT crew. At this moment, we have no idea of the condition of Gorilla Monsoon. And as soon as we get it, we'll get it to you. But let's go back and show you what led to this. Look, here, Vader. What kind of a human being is this man? Is he human? Who would do that? Who would provoke Gorilla Monsoon into doing such a thing? I mean, Gorilla Monsoon saw the referee powerbomb. No one's ever done anything like that in the history of the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, you know, Cornette lost control of his man, and we may have
Vader was suspended indefinitely, and that was the right call.
Now look at this. After this,
From behind, yeah, from behind.
okay, so we may have seen the last of Vader, but
Yeah, you got that right.
It's
Justifiably so. I can't believe this. Come on. This is Gorilla Monsoon. Vader just manhandling. Look, Gorilla defenseless there. Look at this. He's already knocked out as Vader then from there does one more thing to Gorilla Monsoon. The unthinkable. Unbelievable. Let's take you back now, ladies and gentlemen, as we see there what Vader did to Gorilla Monsoon. Let's take you back. And I think we have standing by Jim Cornette, allegedly standing by with Vader to try and, all right,
Please.
what's going on? Tell us.
Whatever you do, please,
Give us some explanation.
Listen to me! Vader is declaring war on every wrestler in the WWF and every official, and that includes you, Mr. McMahon and Mr. Ah!
What he's trying to say, what he's trying to say.
This guy does not belong in the World Wrestling Federation.
Yep, that was one of the most disturbing moments in WWE history that happened when Gorilla Monsoon got destroyed by Vader. And I bet that, some wrestling fans were like this. They were like this. What happened? They're like, I bet the fans were like, someone should tell Vader this isn't WCW, this is the WWF. What he did to Gorilla Monsoon. What he did to Gorilla Monsoon was sick. That's what fans might have said. I bet they were really disgusted. So let's get down with tonight's show. Before I got some breaking news where I just heard that some big breaking news for all of you. I just heard that William Hobson, better known to wrestling fans as Powerhouse Hobbs from AEW, is coming to WWE just to sign a deal with WWE. We're performing under the ring name Royce Keys. Wow, Royce Keys. I think that I think he's making a big mistake here, very big mistake here. Coming to WWE. And I just heard, this is what I just heard. I just heard the rumors that that Roman Reigns might show up to appear in this year's Royal Rumble match 1 week from tomorrow. And they you know what I also heard? I heard they might have him. They might have him win to the 2026 Royal Rumble face Drew McIntyre. And that's stupid. Why in the world we had to see that crap? Again, how many times do we see Roman and Drew went face to face with me This is 2026, not 2000 and not 2000 and not 2000 and something. I mean, this is stupid. I mean, you know, they're shooting on the division. I mean, this was really they're gonna shit on the whole young talent. I mean, they're shoving Roman down our throats again. If they have him to take that title, you know, if he wins Roman, to have him take that WWE that undisputed WWE title off from Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania Vegas, it'll be stupid. I mean, and that's gonna make everyone stop watching WWE if Roman wins the 2026 Royal Rumble match and beat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania in Vegas, which is stupid anyway for them to have a Vegas in second time with Triple H's idea. I mean, and it's really stupid for this. Like it's stupid for them to have WrestleMania all over Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's really stupid. I mean, if this means since WWE is gonna have it on with the Saudi Arabia, that means all the terrorists and all WWE superstars are gonna be shot and killed, and we know who can blame that on? Triple H, and the whole company of WWE is gonna cause WWE's downfall. That's what shows you why Triple H is the Donald Trump of pro wrestling. So let's get down with tonight's terrible show. Friday Night Smackdown kicks off with clips of Cody Rhodes, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Julia, Kiana James, the MFTs, and Drew McIntyre arriving to the arena. Sami Zayn's music hits, and out he comes to a loud ovation from the fans. The fans chant Sammy, and he waves to the fans. The fans start singing, "Ole, ole, ole, ole." And he speaks French, welcoming everyone to the best city in the world. Sammy says it feels good to be home. He says tonight they are in his home, and tomorrow night momentum is a funny thing. He says he feels like he has all the momentum in the world going right now. Sammy says tomorrow at Saturday night's main event he has a chance in Montreal to become #1 contender. As he is talking out comes Trick Williams into the ring. Trick says one thing for sure, two things for certain. He says Zayn are not on the same level. He is Mr. 250. Zayn is Mr. Too Many Chances. Trick is Mr. Wall Street, Mr. Street Wet, and Zayn is Mr. Street Corner. Trick says Zayn is Mr. Almost, while he is Mr. Let's Have a Toast. Trick gets in the ring and tells Zayn that his problem is that Zayn does not know how to get the job done. He says the last time Zayn had an opportunity for the Royal Wrestling Entertainment Championship was in Montreal, and he didn't get the job done. Trick says that is the difference between him and them. He says before he'll say it again, he is here to be World Wrestling Entertainment Champion. Zayn tells Trick that some of the things he says are true. He did lose a chance for the WWE Championship in the city. Trick is white. He does look like $1 million, but one thing Trick said he is absolutely right about is that they are not on the same level. Zayn tells Trick he has to remember what? Remember that he deals with him in the ring. He's dealing with the best of the best, and he has all that potential in the world. Maybe in 5, 10 years, maybe 15 years, if he is lucky, Trick will be half as good as Zayn is. And if he thinks he is wrong, he can do something about it right now. Trick looks around the ring and tells Zayn no. He has other things on his mind. He has a match tonight with Damian Priest in the main event. He says they can take care of business tomorrow. Damian Priest's music hits, and out he comes to the ring. Damien tells Trick that last week he told Trick that he is the guy that talks a lot. He's been on Smackdown for a month and he stepped up to everyone talking. Last week Priest went to his face and he said nothing to him. Priest tells Trick that he believes Trick is afraid of him. He believes that Trick thinks that if he says the wrong thing to him, he will drop him where he stands. Priest asks Trick if he is afraid. Priest tells Trick that if he doesn't want to say something, he can always do something. Remember it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm back and I'm trying to see what I was saying. Okay. Here. Okay. Trick looks at Priest and Zayn. Trick takes a look at Priest and Zayn. He tells the fans that they need to mind their business. He tells Priest to watch this. He hits Zayn with a microphone. Trick goes for a right hand on Priest, but Priest with right hands. Zayn pulls Priest back and Zayn hits Trick with right hands. Priest grabs Zayn and Trick pushes Priest into Zayn and he leaves the ring. Priest and Zayn are in the ring looking at each other as Trick hits to the back. We cut to the back and we see Randy Orton watching on television. In comes Kathy Kelly and she asks him if he was going to be strategic by staying. He asked him if he was going to be strategy by staying in the back. At the back, he tells her that, with all due respect, what the hell kind of a question is that? He says 2026 is the year of the Viper. He has every intention of taking the world title and it starts tomorrow, Saturday's main event. He is going to beat them, fly on a plane to Saudi Arabia, and he will beat Drew McIntyre for WWE. And the only way he knows how with the three letters, RKO. See a clip earlier during the day of the Carmelo Hayes with Dragunov. He tells him that his United States Open Challenge is open. Dragunov accepts. Dragunov leaves and in comes Miz. Tells Hayes that he can't stand this generation of people looking forward to face each other. He says, what happened to the generation of people hating each other? He tells Hayes to make it a prestigious title. Make it prestigious. Make the title prestigious. You don't hand out opportunities. He asks Hayes what Dragunov would ever do for him, and Hayes tells him that he did more what Miz ever did. Then we see United States Open Challenge, Carmelo Hayes versus Eli Dragunov. The bell rings, they're underway. Hayes with a chop to the chest, he grabs Dragunov, but Dragunov ducks under him when he lands on a German suplex. Dragunov headbutts followed by a waistlock. Hayes gets out of it, both men with a double suplex. Commercial break. Back from commercial, both men with right hands, Hayes with an elbow to the face, but Dragunov chops to the chest. Dragunov to the ropes, and he kicks Hayes in the face. Hayes with a right hand, Dragunov with a kick side of the head, but Hayes with a tornado facebuster. Hayes goes for a suplex with Dragunov with a waist lock. Dragunov elbows Hayes, but with elbows, Dragunov to the ropes. But Dragunov with the Constantine special, he goes for the cover, but Hayes kicks out. Hayes is down in the corner, and Dragunov climbs to the opposite corner. Dragunov jumps. Hayes goes for a first 48, but Dragunov reverses into a powerbomb. He goes for the cover, but Hayes kicks out. Then we go commercial break. Back from commercial, Hayes is on the top of the rope, but Dragunov with right hands. Dragunov climbs to the second rope, and Hayes slides into the ring apron. Dragunov with right hands. Dragunov pulls Hayes off the ring apron and suplexes him off the second rope and into the ring. Both men roll into the ring apron and chop each other. Hayes with a super kick, and he lands on a cutter on the ring apron. Both men fall to the outside of the ring. Hayes throws Dragunov back into the ring, and Hayes climbs to the top rope. Dragunov with a chop to the chest. Dragunov gets Hayes on his shoulders and lands Death Valley Driver into the corner. He goes for the cover, but Hayes kicks out. Dragunov climbs to the top rope, but the referee distracted. Miz pushes Dragunov down. Hayes with the first 48. Hayes goes for the cover and gets the pin. Winner and still U.S. champion Carmelo Hayes. Miz begins to clap at ringside, and Hayes sees Miz at ringside. Hayes gets angry, and Miz runs to the back. We see clips of Drew McIntyre winning the WWE Championship, and he cuts to Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu fighting last week. Then we go to commercial break. A sit-down interview with Michael Cole and Cody Rhodes from earlier in the day airs. Rhodes says he would rather not talking about losing the World Wrestling Entertainment Championship. We see clips of Drew McIntyre winning the WWE Championship. It cuts to Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu fighting last week. Then go to commercial break. A sit-down interview with Michael Cole and Cody Rhodes from earlier in the day airs. Rhodes says he would not rather be talking about losing the WWE Championship. He would rather talking about regaining it. Cole tells him that Saturday night's main event, he will take on the man who cost him the championship. Rhodes tells him he respects Cole for having it to ask that he probably already knows the answer. You see Jacob Fatu walked in. He's stopped by Nick Aldis and WWE security. Cole walks away and Rhodes tells him to sit down. Fatu tells him that his concern was Drew McIntyre because he kicks his teeth in down his throat. He doesn't care how Rhodes feels about or how he feels about it. But Rose has to be the hero to put his hands on him. He got him thinking. Rose didn't like it. He was thinking during his match. He was acting. Rose tells Fatu that Fatu was acting was not thinking. Him acting is what got him locked up in the first place. Fatu stands up. He tells Rose he wants to go there. He says he at 16 locked down, 18 locked down. He had kids and he almost got fired because he got hired before he got hired. He isn't complaining about any of that. Those choices made him a better man and got him standing in front of him. Rose says that is a problem. He is standing and not the champion. Them against each other should be for the WWE Championship. Fatu tells him no. The way he sees it, Drew was already out before he stepped in front of him. Fatu tells Fatu that Fatu has never been in a title match. Fatu tells Rose that's what he thinks this is. That he is like every other Samoan he went up against. He says they don't make him like him anymore. They don't even make him anymore. Fatu tells Rose that he is very in control, and for Rose to think about that, Fatu walks away and he cut to Cole and Barrett. Cole mentions that Aldis told Rose that Fatu would leave the arena. Chelsea Green and Alba Fire are walking backstage. They see Jordynne Grace. Green tells Grace that she is a star and she can join them, maybe at the Royal Rumble. They can even start tonight and take on Jade Cargill. Grace accepts and they walk away. Very annoying. She is, Chelsea Green. Commercial break. A video package announcing that Roman Reigns will be in a Royal Rumble match. Yeah, I heard about that. I just mentioned that to all of your Royal Rumble Roman Reigns being a Royal Rumble match, and I said please do hope that they do not have him win the Royal Rumble match. Please do not. Jade Cargill versus Chelsea Green with Alba Fire and Jordynne Grace. As Cargill is walking down to the ring, she stops at Grace. Green with a splash over the top rope. She throws Jade into the ring and the bell rings. We're underway. Jade with right hands. She picks Chelsea up. She throws Chelsea into the corner. Jade with kicks and she slams Chelsea into the opposite turnbuckle. Jade with a follow-away slam and Chelsea rolls to the outside of the ring. Jade to the outside and she throws Chelsea into the ring. Jade goes face to face with Jordynne and she gets on the ring apron. Jade gets in the ring, but Chelsea on top rope lands on a drop kick. Chelsea lands on with a double knee. Chelsea goes for the cover, but Jade kicks out. Jade with a kick to the face, followed by a power bomb. Fire gets in the ring with apron, but Jade lands on a big boot. Jade, and she goes for cover and gets the pin. Winner Jade Cargill. After match, Grace gets on the microphone. She asks, "What the point of all this?" She says she spoke to Nick Aldis and she will be in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Or Jade is already warmed up. They can do this right now. Jade blows a kiss and walks away. We see Alexis Bliss watching backstage, and in comes Charlotte Flair. She tells Bliss she seems distracted, but Bliss tells her she can still focus on the other titles in their team. Flair tells her that she wants to focus on the Rumble. Bliss tells her it will be difficult to top last year. Flair tells her, true. She won it, and Bliss came back. They both agree that we'll worry about the Rumble next week, but tonight is about them. You cut to Solo and MFT. Solo says it will start with him and Tama Tonga. When he looks at the lantern, he sees himself winning the Royal Rumble and bringing back the WWE title to his family where it belongs. Commercial break. WWE Tag Team Champions, the YS6 champions versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga with the MFTs. Bell rings are underway. Tama Tonga and Joe Gacy start. Tonga with right hands followed by body slams. Solo is tagged in. He hits Gacy with right hands. Tonga's tagged back in. Gacy with right hands and they throws Tonga into the ropes. Loomis is tagged in. They double team him. Loomis with a drop kick followed by a monkey flip. In comes Solo, but Loomis with a drop kick. Solo and Tama Tonga to the outside. The Y6 splashes onto the MFTs. Commercial break. Solo goes for the running hip attack on Loomis, but Loomis moves out of the way. Loomis with a back suplex. Tama Tonga and Gacy are tagged in. Gacy will come with right hands followed by a kick to the face. Gacy with a back suplex. In comes Solo, but Gacy with a kick to the face, followed by a back suplex. Tama Tonga with a right hand, he throws Gacy to the ropes, but Gacy with a clothesline. Loomis is tagged in, and they double team him. Loomis goes for the cover, but Solo breaks it up. Gacy clothesline Solo to the outside of the ring. Gacy goes for a suicide dive, but Solo hits him with the right hand. Loomis with a splash over the top rope onto Solo. Loomis climbs to the top rope, but Jason Mattel gets on the ring apron. Loomis hits him with the right hand and lands on a frog splash on Tama Tonga. He goes for a cover, but Tama Tonga kicks out. Tonga Leo gets on the ring apron, but Rowan drags him down. Rowan with a crossbody onto Tonga Leo and JC Mateo. Okay, it's 12:01, right? 12:01 in the morning, right? At 12:02 a.m. in the morning, right now. It's midnight. Out come Tama Tonga with the Riot 6 lantern. Tama Tonga hits him with a big boot and he throws Roman over the barricade. Uncle Howdy walks behind Tama Tonga. He turns around Uncle Howdy with a mandible claw. Solo with Samoan spike onto Uncle Howdy. Solo grabs the lantern in the ring. Tama Tonga throws Loomis into the ropes. He distracts the referee. And Solo hits Loomis with a lantern. Tama Tonga with a clothesline. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. Winners and new WWE Tag Team Champions Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. Wow. Well, they shit on them last night. They shit on, the MFTs just shit on the Y6. Man, I feel sorry for Bray Wyatt, man. God rest his soul. We cut to Nick Aldis, who's on his phone backstage. In comes R-Truth. He tells Aldis that he is here to put his balls on the line for the Royal Rumble. In comes AJ Styles and R-Truth walks away. He tells AJ that he watched Raw on Monday. AJ is putting his career on the line at the Rumble. AJ tells him that he is sure that he wants to do that. Gunther says he retired John Cena, but it was the disrespect he showed, to which pissed him off. He said he won't let Gunther decide when his time in WWE is up. Nick Aldis tells AJ that he had another reason why he asked him to come to Montreal. In comes Shinsuke Nakamura. He asks AJ why is he willing to lose everything. AJ says if he doesn't step up to Gunther, he already lost. Nakamura tells him before he steps up in the ring with Gunther to prove that he is still phenomenal. He challenges AJ to a match at Saturday's night's main event tomorrow. AJ looks at Nick Aldis and he asks him if he has his place on the card, and Aldis says he does. AJ accepts and they shake hands. Also, it's official for tonight. AJ versus Shane. Commercial break. Nathan Frazier versus Axiom versus Johnny Gargano with Candice LeRae. The bell rings and are underway. LeRae walks down holding Axiom's mask that they stole from him weeks ago. Frazier with an armbar, but Gargano trips him up. Nathan gets up and lands on an arm drag takedown. Gargano gets Gargano back up, but Gargano with an elbow to the face. Nathan to the ropes and he lands on a drop kick. He sends Gargano to the corner and Gargano climbs to the second rope. Nathan climbs to the top rope, but Gargano lifts him up and Nathan falls face first onto the turnbuckle and to the outside of the ring. Then go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Nathan with a flying forearm to the top rope, followed by a sling blade. Nathan climbs to the top rope and he lands on a frog splash. He goes for the cover, but Gargano kicks out. Gargano to the outside of the ring, and Nathan with his flying splash over the top rope. He throws Gargano back in the ring. Nathan climbs to the top rope. He goes for a freeing splash. Gargano moves out of the way. Nathan lands on his feet, and Nathan with a kick to the side of the head. Nathan goes for a springboard splash, but Gargano moves out of the way. Gargano with a driver. He goes for the cover, but Nathan kicks out. Gargano climbs to the top rope, but Nathan climbs up and lands on a superplex, followed by a neck breaker. He goes for the cover, but Gargano kicks out. Nathan climbs to the top rope, but Laray gets in the ring apron and distracts him. He goes for the freeing splash. Gargano moves out of the way. Axiom grabs his mask and grabs his mask back and places it on Laray's head. That distracts Gargano, and Laray accidentally hits Gargano. Nathan rolls him up and gets the pin. Winner Nathan Frazier. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Nia, My Whole Jackson, Lash Legend. They tell her that they are proven that they are the most dominant destructive duo in WWE history. Nia says that since Kathy doesn't not get it, she will tell her. She says they will win tonight and become the #1 tag team contenders, and they will go on to Royal Rumble and eliminate everyone as a team. Oh really, Nia? Nia, how do you know if Lash Legend might eliminate you? And how do you know if you might eliminate her? And it will see the downfall of the two of you failing as tag team partners. Women's tag team partners, that is. And we see go to commercial break. Drew McIntyre's music hits and out he comes to the ring. He greets the fans in Montreal and says to get down to business. It has been long enough for the time for the fans. It has been 30 years since Montreal Canadiens won the Stanley Cup. Yep, 1996. Yep, it was the 1996 Stanley Cup Finals. No, wait, he's wrong. No, it was again. No, it wasn't. It was in 1996. It was they never won the Stanley Cups. It was the Colorado Avalanche against the Florida Panthers, who won the Stanley Cups. So he probably misspoke. Sami Zayn probably misspoke. But now they finally have a champion. They can be proud of Drew McIntyre. He says Cody. Yeah, Drew McIntyre's wrong. He says Cody and Fatu are pathetic. Drew tells Fatu that he didn't even kick Fatu's teeth down his throat. And if he doesn't lie, Drew tells Cody if he survives, there'll be no rematch. He has to go back over the line and beat 29 men in the Royal Rumble. He Drew tells Cody the good luck on his in winning the Royal Rumble for the third time, but talk about something important to him. Drew says the four-way match tomorrow. Trick Williams, the rookie, he said to go get him. Daniel Priest, one-hit wonder, he wasted of his life with him. He sees him at the Rumble. He will end his career. Randy, not Randy Orton. The Viper, he is now civilized. Randall Keith Orton can't get the job done when it counts. Last but certainly least, Canada's own Sami Zayn. He says he knows Zayn as a whole country behind him. The fans begin to sing, "Ole, ole, ole, ole." Drew says he can still be louder. He has a microphone. He says Zayn is always concerned about winning the big one, about disappointing his little son. He says his son has been disappointed for a long time. He has been disappointed from the first moment he opened his eyes and realized that Sami was his father. But he doesn't care who wins the four-way. He will do whatever it takes to keep the championship and whoever faces him at the Royal Rumble. Good luck, because he's going to need it. He drops the microphone as his music plays and leaves the ring. We see Trick Williams backstage. He's stopped by Ray Phoenix. He tells Phoenix he doesn't know why he's there. But Phoenix tells him he didn't forget about what Priest did. Trick tells him that after he beats down Damian Priest tonight and wins the Fatal 4-Way tomorrow, he'll become the undisputed WWE champion. And after that, he will get a title shot. Kathy Kelly's with Kit Wilson backstage. He tells her that someone has to be the hero around here, clean up the toxic masculinity. And men like Fatu and Matt Cardona walk around without questioning themselves. Cardona stops him and asks him what his problem is. Wilson tells him his perfect manicured beard, perfect jaw, and shoulders. Cardona thanks him, but Wilson tells him that is the problem. Men like Cardona don't not have accountability for their accountability, and they have toxic masculinity. Cardona tells him he has no idea what he's talking about, but to do it in the ring. He walks away and tells him he is toxic. We go to commercial break. WWE Tag Team Championship No. 1 Contenders match. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax and Lash Legend versus Kiana James and Julia. Bell rings are underway. All 6 women fight in the ring. Flair, Legend, and Kiana James start the match. Legend with a spinning elbow onto Flair. Kiana James gets Legend in the corner. Flair with a clothesline to James. Flair with a hurricanrana to Legend. And Legend falls to the outside of the ring. Bliss is tagged in and she climbs to the top rope. Bliss with a crossbody onto all 4 women. Then we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Flair with a big boot onto Legend. She throws Julia to the outside of the ring. Legend with a right hand onto Flair, followed by a clothesline. Flair onto the ring apron, but she boots Legend and kicks Nia off the ring apron. Flair climbs the top rope and lands on crossbody. She goes for the cover, but Julia breaks it up. Julia clicks onto Flair and Legend. Kiana James is tagged in, and Flair with chops onto Kiana James and Legend. Kiana with her right hand from behind. She goes for the suplex, but Flair blocks it. In comes Lash Legend, and they lift Flair up, but Flair reverses into a double DDT. Flair goes for a tag, but Julia drags Bliss off the ring apron. Kiana James with a super kick onto Flair. Nia is tagged in. She lands on clothesline to Kiana James. Nia lifts Flair up on her shoulders, and she climbs to the top rope, but Keanu James power bombs now down the floor. Now and Flair down. Keanu James goes for the cover, but Flair kicks out. Now gets up and Keanu James with the right hand. Julia's tagged in. Flair tags Bliss and Bliss with a shoulder tackle onto Julia. Bliss with right hands onto Nia. Bliss with to the ropes, but Nia gets on her shoulders. Bliss with a DT. She goes for cover, but Nia kicks out. Julia climbs to the top rope and she lands. She kicks out. Julia climbs to the top rope and she lands a drop kick onto Nia. Bliss goes for a Sister Abigail onto Julia, but in comes Lash Legend. She lands a kick to the face. She goes for cover, but Julia breaks it up. In comes Nia and Keanu James is tagged in. Keanu is slammed to the mat. In comes Bliss, but Bliss with a lash extension. Flair with a spear onto Legend. Keanu James goes for cover, but on Bliss and gets the pin. Winners Julia and Keanu James. Sami Zayn is backstage with Priest. He apologizes to Priest and tells him if he was frustrated earlier, and he apologizes. He tells him if Trick tries something, but Priest tells him to stop. He has a habit of getting involved in other people's business. Zayn asks him, or what? And Priest tells him he knows what. Zayn tells him he doesn't know where he can be this week or next week. He says he has somewhere he has to be, and Zayn walks away. We see Zayn approaching Drew McIntyre, and he slaps Drew in the face and walks away. AJ Styles is in a parking lot. In comes Cody, who wishes him luck against Gunther. AJ thanks him and walks away. Cody turns around and sees a picture of Drew McIntyre on his tour bus. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Julia and Keanu James. Julia speaks in Japanese, and Keanu James tells Kelly that Julia is already the United States champion, and soon they'll be tag team champions. And soon Julia will win the Women's Royal Rumble and become a triple champion. Damian Priest versus Trick Williams. The bell rings and we're underway. Trick with a headlock, but Priest reverses it. He rolls Trick up, but Trick kicks out, and Priest with an arm drag takedown. He grabs Trick, but Trick with a right hand. Trick with a chop to the chest, followed by a right hand. Trick with a suplex. He goes for a cover, but Priest kicks out. He runs towards Priest, and Priest with a big boot to the face. Priest goes for a kick, and Trick with ducks and lands on a net breaker. Out comes Sami Zayn to the ring, and that distracts Trick. Priest grabs Trick and throws him to the corner. Priest with right hands. Priest sees Zayn and he grabs Trick by the arm. Priest walks across the top rope, but Trick kicks the top rope, and Priest falls onto the top rope. Trick kicks Priest, and he falls to the outside of the ring. Trick throws Priest into the barricade, and he steps into the ring steps. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Priest with a flying forearm followed by a flapjack. Priest with a flying elbow to the corner. Priest to the top ropes, but Trick with a kick to the face. He goes for the cover, but Priest kicks out. Trick goes for a kick, but Priest moves out of the way. Priest with a right hand, but Trick with his kick to the side of the head. Priest with a kick to the side of the head, and Trick with a big boot to the face. Both men spinning hit kicks, and they go down. Priest to the ropes, but Trick with a slam. He goes for the cover, but Priest kicks out. Trick goes for a trick shot, but Priest moves out of the way, and he slams Trick face first onto the mat. Priest goes for the cover, but Trick kicks out. Priest goes for a clothesline, but Trick rolls to the outside of the ring. Priest to the outside. He runs towards Trick, but Trick slams him onto the announce table. Trick grabs Priest and throws him into Zayn. He grabs Priest and throws him to the ring. Trick gets in the ring, but Zayn gets in the ring and hits Trick right hands, and the referee calls for the bell. Winner by pin DQ, Trick Williams. Zayn kicks onto Trick to the corner. Zayn turns around and Priest pushes him. Zayn with right hand, Zayn would have kicked onto Trick, but Priest would kick onto Zayn. Trick with the Trick shot onto Priest, and Priest falls to the outside of the ring. Trick's music hits, and he celebrates. Out comes Randy. He hits Trick with an RKO out of nowhere. Orton's music hits, and he celebrates. Orton and Zayn are face to face in the ring. Orton hits Zayn with an RKO, and Smackdown goes off the air. All I can say, this was a terrible show last night. WWE needs to stop having TNA stars on WWE TV. It's just like that Black Saturday thing in '84. And Sami Zayn did the right thing for that disgusting comment. That comment he made about Trick made about Sami Zayn's son. Disgusting. Now it's time for give all of my predictions for tonight's Saturday night's main event. Yep. Okay. Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes. Get a little bit of payback for costing him the title. You know, if it hadn't been for him, for Fatu, Cody would still be undisputed champion. And AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm gonna say Shinsuke. Get this. Because everybody remembers that match at WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 33. Wait, was it WrestleMania 33 or WrestleMania 34? No, wait, WrestleMania 34. Yeah, WrestleMania 34. Yeah, WrestleMania 34. Yeah. And it's for the WWE title. And number 4, Randy Orton versus Trick Williams versus Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn. Fatal 4 match determined the number 1 contender for the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Championship at the Royal Rumble. My pick, I'm going to say, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn. But I feel like he might fail beating Drew McIntyre. I really hope Sami does shut up Drew McIntyre once and for all, 1 week from tonight. Okay, now I know what it's time for. All of you know what it's time for. It's time for Wrestling History and Birthdays. Let's go to January the 23rd. Hold on a second. January 22nd. Okay, January 22nd, 2025, June 26th marked the 1 year anniversary of the passing of Colonel De Beers. Colonel De Beers, his real name was Edward Ed Wiskowski. Died on January 22nd, 2025, was born in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's sad. It's very sad passing. Catalina White turned 40 on January 22nd. Last Thursday. WWE Hall of Famer Tully Blanchard turned WWE Hall of Famer Tully Blanchard turned 72 last Thursday. And 911, wrestler 911 from ECW, he turned. And WCW's real name is Alfred Poling, New York City. He turned 69 last Thursday. Let's see what else. And January 22nd, 1996, January 22nd, 1996 on Monday night, WCW Prime. Let's see if there was a WCW Prime. Yeah, it was an anniversary special. It was hosted by Dusty Rhodes and Chris Cruz, and that match card was Hugh Morris versus Scott Stanley, Arn Anderson versus Bort Sawyer, Massa Saito versus Buck Quartermain, Dean Malenko versus Giant Swinger, Super Brawl 4 Control Center, Prime Cut Move Match of the Week, Brian Pillman and Chris Benoit versus the Armstrong Brothers. Let's see what else. see, we're trying to see what else. See, trying to see 1996. I'm trying to see. Okay, okay. Monday Night Wars now. Monday Night Wars. Yeah, I just mentioned to all you, okay, Monday Night Raw. That took place in Stockton, California, and it started Civic Auditorium in Stockton, California. And Monday Night Raw it opened with match between Vader versus Savio Vega, and Savio Vega, and Vader defeated Savio Vega, and then what happened was he started Vader started to do more damage to Savio Vega, and then he beat Tex the WWE referees, and then in comes Gorilla Monsoon. Vader attacks him and puts him in slams and injures him, and WWE superstars Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon come out and help aid Razor Ramon, and Gorilla Monsoon was taken to a hospital. I showed all of you that in the opening of my show earlier. And then we see Shawn Michaels with was a woman named Shane Marks against Razor Ramon. Little click between best friends. Shawn Michaels, Triple H and Scott Hall here. Yeah, Shane Marks was appeared as Shane Marks appeared as Hunter Hearst Helmsley's valet. His ring escort. And what else? And Shawn Michaels interview talking about winning back the Royal Rumble. Bret the Hitman Hart defeated face off against Goldust, and Bret Hart defeated him. He's interviewed talking about how he's gonna get his hands on Diesel at the In Your House Raging Cage in February. Let's see. This was for a match for whoever wins the match. The face. Who will face for the WWE title at WrestleMania 12. Then on WCW Nitro. It took place at in the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas now before Clash of Champions '96. See the match, the world Ric Flair with Jimmy Hart faced against the Macho Man Randy Savage for the WCW World Heavyweight title. And Randy Savage defeats Savage defeats Flair. And we see Flying Brian defeated Dean Malenko. Flying Brian Pillman. Then we Sting, Lex Luger defeat Harlem Heat, become the new WCW Tag Team Champions. And Hulk Hogan defeats One Man Gang. No title. This wasn't for the WCW US title, by the way. Then we see interference as the show ends. The US title should have been up for grabs for that match between Hogan and One Man Gang. Let's see what else. Let's see. Let's see what else. 2006. See anything for 2006? Well, nothing for 2006. See what else. 2000 and see. Okay, January 22nd, 2016. Couple of movies released in theaters. Couple of movies released in theaters. January 22nd. See. Fifth Wave, starring Chloe Moretz. Maria Bello was released in Lee Schreiber. The Boy, starring Lauren Cohen, was released. Well, was a little British movie. Secret Society, starring AJ Bowen and Michael Ironside, was released. And Compu was released. And Dirty Grandpa, starring Robert De Niro and Zac Efron. Supporting cast in the movie includes Aubrey Plaza, Zoe Deutz, Julian Hutt, and Dermot Mulroney. And And Danny Glover has a supporting role in this movie. Yeah, it was a flop. That was the worst movie ever made. And Zoe Deutsch was in that movie. Zoe Deutsch was in the movie. Leah Thompson's mom, Leah Thompson's daughter. Now let's go to January 23rd. Okay, January 3rd, 23rd, 2016 marked the 10th anniversary death of Mexican wrestler Espectorito Espertito. He died on January 23rd, 2016. His real name is Mario Mayhem Jimenez. Tito Ortiz wrestled Tito Ortiz. He turned 51 yesterday. And Powerhouse Hobbs that I just mentioned to all of you earlier, who's been signed to WWE now as Powerhouse Hobbs, who's been signed in WWE as Royce Keys. He turned 35 yesterday. He turned 35 yesterday. It's amazing. He just been signed to WWE and yesterday was his birthday. Amazing, isn't it? And Dominic DiNucci, Italian wrestler, he would have been 89. Wait, hold on. He would have been 94 yesterday. Nigel McGuinness turned 50 yesterday. And Vivian Vachon, Canadian wrestler, he would have been 75 yesterday. He died on August 24th, 1991, car crash, very tragic passing. And Giant Baba, Japanese wrestler, he died of cancer. He would have been 88 yesterday. He's born December 31st. He was born January 30. He's born January 23rd, 1938. Died on January 31st, 1999. He was 61 when he died. Very tragic passing. And Alex Silva turned 36 yesterday. Canadian wrestling. Spanish Canadian wrestling. And 1996 on ECW Hardcore TV, RVD defeated Axel Rotten. Taz defeated Hack Myers. Sabu defeated Steve Richards. Heavily Clifford TV, and ECW World Champion Sandman defeated Conan to retain the title. And this was kind of Conan's last, because ECW, because he had to go to WCW, leave for ECW. Then on Clash of Champions 32 aired on TBS December 23rd, 1996. It marked the debut of Miss Elizabeth. And it showed the returning of the Royal Warriors, Hawk and Animal. The debut of Conan and Hulk Hogan's wife, and in the dark match, Lord Steven Regal defeated Chris Benoit. The first match of the show, Public Enemy, Johnny Grunge, Rocker Rock versus Nasty Boys, Ryan Knobs, Jerry Saggs, and double DQ. Dean Malenko defeated Alex Wright. Brian Pillman defeated Eddie Guerrero. Sting and Lex Luger defeated Blue Bloods, Lord Steven Regal and Bobby Eaton in a tag team match for the WCW Tag Team Championship. Conan defeated Psychosis. Ric Flair defeated Hulk Hogan, and Randy Macho Man Savage due to interference with Miss Elizabeth and Kevin Green. One Man Gang, and in a dark match, One Man Gang with Jimmy Hart defeated Disco Inferno for the Midwest title. And then this took place in Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. What happened was, and there's some answer. Okay, Lord Steven Regal injured his knee in the opening dark match against Chris Benoit. Benoit bled from the eye after receiving several headbutts. This show included the wedding of Colonel Tom Parker and Sister Shane, which was crashed by Medusa, who was revealed to be seeing Parker on the side. Oh, I think that's why she's probably why she take it, because she stole Colonel Tom Parker from her. Brian Pillman during his match with Eddie Guerrero grabbed ringside commentary Bobby Heenan's jacket from the collar from behind, causing Heenan to yell, "What the fuck are you doing?" Yeah. And Heenan, he was called loose cannon. Heenan later apologized for his outburst. This was from for the match to form Parker and Sherry's wedding. This was revealed by an Elvis impersonator, Mike Weiner, who Sullivan attacked. The Warriors returned to his vested challenge, WCW Tag Team Champion Sting, Lex Luger, and with Sting agreeing to the match despite Luger being reluctant. Miss Elizabeth, Deborah Michael, Stone Cold Steve Austin's future wife, Linda Bollea, late Hulk Hogan's wife and woman, somebody that was next to her, and other several women came to the ring with Hogan and Savage. It was reported that Ric Flair, who lost the WCW World Championship to Savage one day prior, ran to quit WCW unless to finish the main event. Hogan pinning Flair, a leg drop was changed. At the event, Flair pinned Savage after use of foreign object. Live reports claim 75% of the crowd left the dark match that closed the show. It's unbelievable. Oh boy. Then, okay, 2006, Monday Night Raw, nights before the Royal Rumble 2006. We see John Cena coming out here, cracking on Lita. We see Shawn Michaels continue Vince McMahon continue to destroy Shawn Michaels. And Kane defeated Carlito by DQ. Trish Stratus, Ashley Starr defeated Victoria and Candice Show with Tori Wilson. And then we see Mickie James coming out here and attack. Mickie James coming out here and attack. Ashley, because she was because of her jealousy of Trish Stratus. Victoria and Candice, Shawn Michaels defeated Shelton Benjamin. Jonathan Coachman defeated Jerry Lawler because of the debut of the Spirit Squad. With help, The Big Show defeated Lance Cage, Rod Conway, and Gregory Helms in the Royal Rumble qualifying second chance for four-way match. Ric Flair and John Cena defeated Edge with Lita and Chris Masters. And that's it. But that'll do it for my show tonight. This evening in the Godfather Soldiers and Slimming for this midnight 12:53 morning. Getting some sleep. And the Godfather Soldiers and Slimming is a late check. And shall I say like the dress up show checker, saying like Archie, James like dance like James Brown, and again the hot tub. Gonna be sweat. Gonna be dry. Gonna be wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. I never grew up in the 80s, I grew up in the 90s. But I saw reruns of old school Saturday Night Live when I was little. So I'm got something to close out for all of you tonight. I'll close out the show for all of you to I'm gonna close out the show with I know a good friend of mine from Pittsburgh. Remember this? This was from Monday Night Raw where John Cena was mocking Edge and Lita. This took place. That took place on Monday Night Raw 20 years ago from yesterday, January 23rd, 2006. Took place on Monday Night Raw took place at the Bobcats Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina, hometown of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Here's a close out the show. Here's close out the show. Hope all have a good night. This is really funny. John Cena mocking Edge and Lita. It's really funny. Hope you a good night. I'm out of here. Peace.
Charlotte, 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 Charlotte. Man, do you realize what has just happened? This is big. And I can't even believe I'm doing this, but I am out here to say congratulations, man. That movie trailer was awesome. I mean, it was very, very good. Well done. But see, what the people don't know is that the actual movie, To the Edge, is unbelievable. You see, I seen the trailer. I saw what you saw. But I also got me that bootleg copy of the movie. So what I'm going to do is give y'all a review right here tonight so everybody can be as excited as me to go see this thing. Don't get it twisted. This is a classic with a classic story. Boy meets hoe. There's more. She's not just a regular hoe. She's a magical red-headed hoe. She changes the boy's life. The boy wins money in the bank. He wins the WWE title. The boy truly has it all, so naturally, the boy wants to make his hoe happy. Takes her on vacation to Lake Tahoe. She needs food, he gets her taters from Idaho.
That's enough, Cena. That's
Hey! He traces her heritage all the way back and finds out that she is actually half Navajo.
This isn't funny at all.
The boy and the hoe have it all. The WWE title. They have a live sex celebration in the middle of the ring, which is more disgusting and disturbing than when Mae Young gave the boogeyman a little chunky Rockefeller. But that's okay, that's okay. The boy's on top. But then the story goes way left. I mean, the ending you just couldn't predict. The boy goes to Miami. The Royal Rumble. The single biggest moment of the boy's professional career.
Oh, I got to see this.
The lights, the world, everybody's watching. And he stands in the middle of the ring and proceeds to take the worst ass kicking of his entire life. It's bad. It's real bad.
Ain't gonna happen.
Hey, no. I know you don't want me to spoil the ending, but guys, it gets worse. I mean, the boy really loses everything. He loses the WWE title. He loses his main event spot. Tragically, he even loses his hoe. Turns out, she goes and falls in love with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And in one day, the boy goes from being rated R to rated G. G for gone, like the WWE title. G for gold, which the boy never sees again. And G
for gonorrhea, which was a little present that the hoe left behind.
It's ridiculous.
It sounds like a real tearjerker for Edge.
It's not how it goes.
I gotta see this movie.
Hey!
Uh-oh.
She's upset, guys.
Hey, John, I don't know who this hoe is that you're referring to. Oh, but John, what I do know is that you and Edge have to find partners tonight. And I know the champ is not going to have a hard time finding a partner. I know that much. But you, John, you know, if you're having trouble finding someone to play with, well, you might have to just go play with yourself.
You know, that's good. That's really good. It's finally good to see something of substance coming out of your mouth.
That's enough. That's enough. Enough of the jokes, Cena.
Yeah. You're right. Enough of the jokes. You give a preview tonight, well, I'm going to give you one as well. You see, tonight, these people going to get a preview of what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. And you want to get gritty? We're getting gritty, Rated R Superstar. Ain't no money in the bank, sex and live TV, or movie trailers that's going to change the fact that although right now, you standing next to a bitch, this Sunday at the Royal Rumble, I'm gonna make you mine.